We're coming now to our final, very special award, the Bob Hughes Lifetime Achievement Award, which honours the great careers in Irish writing. Tonight's recipient is joining an illustrious roll call of previous winners. Winners which include John McGahern, William Trevor, Edna O'Brien, Maeve Binchy, Jennifer Johnston and, of course, Seamus Heaney. And to present the Bob Hughes Lifetime Achievement Award, will you please welcome award-winning actor Sinead Cusack.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here on this very auspicious occasion. So I'm really delighted to be here, and I'm thrilled to announce that the winner of the Bob Hughes Lifetime Achievement Award for 2013 is John Banville. But before we present the award, we should hear a little from his fans and friends.
One of the great pleasures of reading John Banville is one has to savour every single sentence, every single phrase, because it's so beautiful.
He pays the same kind of attention to the cadences of a line that a poet does.
When I read John's prose, it's like listening to music.
John has always been a maverick, and I think he's doing something that almost nobody else is doing. He's not interested in narrative in the way that most novelists are. He's not a storyteller, he's a prose stylist of genius.
One of the hallmarks of his style for me is this laconic humour, and the fact that he moves between that European absurdity, the theatre absurd, the Beckett. There's tremendous comic timing in his work. There's also Nabokov's elegance.
He cares deeply about the work, but those who care about the work, he then cares about them as well, all of them. As a literary editor, he was very good at helping and identifying young, upcoming Irish writers. He was very thoughtful about all the publishing areas, the jacket, sales, marketing, publicity.
The first time he was shortlisted for the Book of Evidence, it was the beginning, I think, of him being taken seriously as a writer.
When he sent me the manuscript of The Sea, he said, here's another dreary book as a kind of joke, that won't sell much. Of course, thankfully, it proved otherwise.
But then when he finally did win, I think it was more than anything else a relief to have just got it out of the way.
John is extremely critical of his own material, to the point where he does not allow me to send him reviews. He's very critical. They're I think unreasonably so, because it's such great work.
He's very visual. He's got a very strong sense of art history, as well as music. It's no coincidence that his narrators are kind of art historians.
They're very moving books. They're intensely powerful. They make you think about the human condition in a variety of ways. I think they're books that inevitably will last for many, many generations to come.
When I took on John, he asked me if I would make him some money. So I had an idea. I said, tell me, John, do you ever read thrillers? And he said, I know why you asked me if I like to read thrillers. You want me to write thrillers, don't you? And I said, yes, I do. And I want you to write them under an open pseudonym. I said, what do you want to call yourself? And he said, Benjamin White, the name of one of the characters in his early books. I said, no, John, you're writing thrillers. You're going to be Benjamin Black. And so it was.
John feels that Benjamin Black is always at his shoulder, and occasionally he finds himself having his pen taken by Benjamin Black, and he suddenly is writing a Benjamin Black sentence, not a John Banville sentence.
It's the deceptive pace in John Banville's work. The mind is working fast. His narrators are usually in a hurry, or in fact, if they're not so much in a hurry, they're more like in a panic. But it's a controlled panic, because it's the sensibility. It's very intellectual fiction, but it's very, very funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Lifetime Achievement winner, John Banville.
see what you mean, Roddy. This is quite a dangerous implement. Not very long ago, I heard that Olivia O'Leary was trying to contact me because she was planning a series of programs on BBC Radio, talking to people about how they dealt with getting old. And I assumed that she was calling me to ask me who she should speak to, name a few people. And then suddenly it occurred to me that she wanted to talk to me. This is a great shock. I had the same feeling when I heard that I was getting this wonderful award. I thought, how can this possibly be? I'm still 43, as I will be on my deathbed. It's a wonderful award. One is given the odd prize abroad, but it's very nice to be given one at home, to be recognized at home. It's late at night, we're all tired, so I'll be very brief. If I started to thank people, we'd be here all night. But I must just mention my family. Writers are constantly whinging and whining about how difficult their life is, but people very rarely mention people around them who've had to put up with them and their horrible moods and their impossibilities over the years. So I would dedicate this to my family, to my loved ones. Thank you.
John Banville, congratulations on winning the Lifetime Achievement Award. You're indeed in good company with Edna O'Brien, whose praises you were singing quite recently, and Seamus Heaney and William Trevor. How does it feel? Because you've had no suspense tonight. You've known this in advance.
Well, I mean, it's a wonderful honour. Here we are, this little country with all our travails, and we're still sitting here in our penguin suits celebrating literature. It's a wonderful thing. I feel very humble. And I do, I realise that I made a great tradition. Not only the people who won this award, but tradition going back centuries. So yes, it's a great privilege and a great honour.
You don't worry that receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award is an encouragement to hang up your writing boots?
Well, it is a bit worrying, since I am 43, nobody seems to realise this, but when I got to 43, I didn't get any older. I'm really? Still 43.
Right.
No, I mean, it's... When you win a prize, there is a brief flurry, when you think, this is wonderful. I'm up in the light. I'm not burrowing away underground as I'm usually doing. Maybe I'll stay up here in the light, but you have to go back underground and start working again.
And what are you working on, pray tell?
I'm writing a John Banville book. I've been writing a John Banville book since I was 12. I've written a Philip Marlowe book, which was great fun, which is coming out in March.
And are you happy with the way that turned out?
Well, it hasn't turned out yet because it's coming out in March.
But it's put to bed, is it? Or?
Oh, yes, I had great fun doing it. It was, I didn't know whether I could do it or not. That's why it was an adventure. And I think I've done it relatively well. I think I've caught his tone. But we'll see. People may turn and say, you're a charlatan.
And are you a little bit worried about that it not being a Benjamin Black or a John Banville, that you're in new territory here and the critics might say, awful, John?
I never worry. Of course I worry. Of course it may be... I mean, I'm hoping for controversy. I'm hoping that some real Marlowe fan will come out and say, this is a travesty, this is a disgrace.
And burn the book.
And this man should burn it in public, and I should be burned as well, because nothing helps sales like controversy.
You've also got the excitement of seeing your character Quirk in the Benjamin Black series on the small screen, and of seeing one of your novels, The Sea, on the big screen. Have you had a sneak preview, or will it be all new to you when you see them?
Oh no, I've seen them. Yeah, they're very good. They're very good. I mean, the nice thing about it is that when somebody else is doing it, you can stand back and say, well, you know, I may have started this, but, you know, I'm not responsible for the whole process. So it's up to other people.
Do you think they do you justice?
Oh, yes. But I mean, the movies or the small screen, it's an entirely different medium. I mean, you can't expect a novel to translate to the screen. It would be crazy if it did, because it would be dull beyond words. I like that, dull beyond words. You know, it's a new form. And I never worry about what happens to my books when they go into that new form, because that's up to the people who do it. It's up to the directors, the actors. They make a new thing out of it.
Do you get a bit of a kick out of it?
Oh, yes. I love the movies. I mean, I was writing recently about the movies. You know, we used to call them the pictures when I was young, thousands of years ago, around the close of the Stone Age. And we love the pictures because I do think that the movies are the people's poetry. You know, you can get a huge audience sitting in this. I remember in the old days when the Savoy was one cinema. It was the size of a Roman amphitheater. And you would get, I don't know, a couple of thousand people sitting there watching this, somebody else's dream washing across the screen. It's an extraordinary phenomenon. You never get it when you write a book. You sit in a room scribbling away at this thing, and then it gets published, and it's taken away from you. But the movies, that's immediate.
John Banville, it's lovely to talk to you. Congratulations once again for your Lifetime Achievement Award, and happy continued writing.
Thank you very much.